Okay, I'm trying to open up your chat right now. Okay, it's muted too. Okay. Send the chat. Send the chat. Oh, it's my dude. It's my 24th subs anniversary. Let's go. 2 years. That's a lot, man. I got the reoccurring sub. I think I have like 6 months with you. I don't know. Anyways, what's up? We out here.
Hi.
We are doing cuddly chat, not
Yes.
table talk, not table talk. We're doing cuddly chat. Why don't you introduce us? Like, this is your show.
Yes, it is. So, joining me today are my very good friends Kaze. Say hello, Kaze.
Hello there, everybody.
And Quinn. Say hello, Quinn.
Hello. Hi.
All right.
Sorry, my headset decided to not work.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, there's always something with you, isn't it? So anyway.
That's right. It wouldn't be me.
I know. So these guys are two of my very favorite people. And
Nice.
we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about Monster Hunter. So if you guys are in the chat, which I don't know if anybody is yet, but hopefully eventually they'll be
Just
here.
me. It's just me.
But we'll talk about Monster Hunter. So I believe that Kaze is a veteran of the series, and you've played a lot of them, right?
I have indeed played a lot of them.
Did you start with the first one, or did you start with?
I did. My friend pre-ordered it.
Wow.
So I got started way back. Back.
So you're like a Monster Hunter grandpa now.
I'm gonna say he's so old. Like, whoa.
I will throw you under a bus.
Which one of us?
Yes.
Oh.
For free? My God. Okay. Go ahead.
So both. Then that's okay. So, so your friend pre-ordered it and did you see it whenever he got it? Did you like get to play it, or did you just watch him play it?
Oh, he played it for a while, and then I borrowed it because he borrowed a different one of my games. And
nice.
That's awesome.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah. So let me get my questions up because I have questions for you guys, just to make sure I know what we're talking about. I had them up. Okay, here we go. So
I have them if you don't.
Huh?
I have them if you don't.
Okay. No, I do. I have them. All right. So, like, Quinn, what about you? When did you first?
Okay, so this is actually really. I'm glad you asked me this because you don't even know this. I've played Monster Hunter before Monster Hunter Rise. It was the demo for, I forget what it is exactly, of which actual game it was, but it was on the 3DS.
Oh yeah.
And so I started off playing that, and I think there was like another demo before that, like way back when, but my mind's drawn a blank.
Mm-hmm.
But I played both demos, and I had a lot of fun playing them. I had no idea what I was doing, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that kind of seems to be like the general consensus. I feel like whenever people first play Monster Hunter, and
Yeah.
Kaze can talk about this too, I'm sure, but like you really don't know anything about what you're doing.
No,
this
not a
is true.
chance. Not a chance. And then they throw you in balls deep into like how many different weapons?
14,
And they tell you to choose one? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had no idea. And they're all so vastly different.
So the first game didn't do that.
I kind of want to play the first game.
You always started with like the Hunter's Dagger.
Oh really?
Interesting.
And it was so much harder.
Dual blade supremacy. Yeah, I mained dual blades for a while.
it's impossible to put into words how much more difficult the very first one was than all the others.
Right.
Like the first Wyvern you can actually beat, you can barely you can barely stand a chance against it unless you grind out like Wyvern scales
Mm-hmm.
out of a dung pile that's in like the very first map.
Oh, really? Wow, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
it's so hard. Like
And I,
so
yeah, go ahead.
so so many of the things like that people meme in the newer games are based off of like super challenging things that they just had all over the first game.
Yeah. And
Like, have you ever heard of the Plesioth?
oh yeah, uh-huh.
Like that thing was so buggy. You could be standing, it could attack like 10 feet away. It could attack the other direction, and it'd still hit you, and you'd fly like across the map.
Whoa, my favorite.
So, Johnny, real quick, is this posture check for all three of us? Because that would be amazing.
I'm sitting slouched over in my chair sideways, so I'll pass.
Do a posture check, you turd.
I don't wanna. I don't
Okay.
fucking wanna.
I'm just looking out for your well-being.
Well, thanks.
So,
Me and my hunchback appreciate it.
okay. Okay. So, yeah, so like the first game, I've never played the first game, but I like one
Same.
thing that I always heard was that um Monster Hunter is hard as crap. Like if you're trying to get into it, like that it's very, very difficult. And I have to say that I started with Monster Hunter World, and we'll get to that one I'm sure here in a few minutes, but like I started with that one, and I started it because you can make your own cat to follow you around. And
And that's just right up his alley.
right, I mean, hello, cuddly
Yeah,
cat.
cuddly cat. Get
So,
with the program.
I gotta be me. And so, uh, so I got it because of that. But just the amount of detail that you can put into your hunter and everything was really cool. But like when I first started doing it, like they hit you with so much information in the very beginning for like all these tutorials for things that you don't even know what you're doing yet, and they throw it at you right at the very beginning.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, what is this? Like, what? You know?
Excuse me. Sorry.
No, because no, you're fine. But because like there's like here's all these things that you can do like in the main hub area, but like you don't need to know how to do them right away. But they throw it at you when you're still trying to learn. So it's
But here it is.
yeah,
Also, the controls and the maps and the keys and the monsters and the dojo and the smith.
yeah.
Please slow down.
Yeah, and like it's just like overload, and I'm like I know I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what Quinn thought about the first time actually playing like a main game like Monster Hunter Rise. Um,
Sure, sure.
you know, being being
I'll
your
gladly get
first
into it.
being your first foray into it, and they hit you with all that information. I was just wondering what your initial thoughts were like.
Okay, so I've been doing some googling, and I believe the one that I've started with is Monster Hunter Generations.
Oh, that's a good one. They have that one for Switch now.
Nice. So that was the one I started off with, and yeah, it was quite fun. I didn't know what I was doing. I tried the bow. I died so hard.
Right.
Switchblade, all that. The hammer was so slow. The great sword. I'm not even gonna talk about it. But the dual blades, I did really well with dual blades,
You did.
and so hence why whenever we played early on together, in Monster Hunter Rise, I played only dual blades because I was good at it. and I was running around like a little flash. But my experiences first playing an actual Monster Hunter game would be Monster Hunter Rise, and yes, they absolutely just dump everything on you, and then you open your menu, and all you see is little red check mark or exclamation points, and then you get anxiety because like you're missing out on something, and it's just a lot. And then it's 14 different weapon trees that are slowly but surely becoming more and more expansive, and it's just like what what yeah. So that was my thought process. It just was very overwhelming to begin with.
Uh, there's a lot of like gun lances weren't in it. They had a lance that it became the gun lance, but its whole thing was when it did a critical hit, it would explode. So like it wasn't a gun lance because they didn't exist yet, but it was basically the same thing. It just turned into it. Every weapon was slower. Like it would, and the joystick, the right joystick, was how you swung the weapons at first.
What?
So,
Oh, that's
yeah.
bullshit. Oh my gosh, no.
So you had to learn how to do that. Um, but like it was fun. I loved it. Like there was an offline boss and an online boss, and people would report you for cheating if you were wearing the offline boss's armor if they had never played offline because they all assumed it was the Diablos armor, but it wasn't. So I got reported to PlayStation for cheating like 4 times based entirely on the armor I was wearing. Right?
Bro, they literally had a skill issue. Just tell them get good.
I did. I told one of them that. I was like, what are you talking about? It's the offline boss armor. You could literally get this yourself. It's like, no, you're not far enough into the game to have that armor. Like, you don't know how far I am offline. What are you talking
Matt,
about?
Right.
I'm on your hit list. You're on my hit list.
Yeah.
Continue.
But yeah, like so Kaze, which ones have you actually played? Like have you played all of them? Or like just
I played first one. I played the American release that came out on the PSP, which wasn't too. It would be essentially like what the Ultimate is for all the ones that have come out since then, but they didn't release the base or the first expansion. They just released the last version to the United States. So I played that one. Then I did have a pirated version of the next one on the PSP that never came to the United States.
You probably shouldn't say that if you're on somebody's hit list.
Well,
hey, what?
it was whatever.
Don't ever admit
But
that. But
then,
whatever.
Then I played Try, then Try Ultimate, then Generations, which I played the Palico more often than I did the Hunter, and it really irritated all my friends. Not Gen. Was that Generation? I think that was.
Someone's gotta do it, you know.
Anyways, then I did World, beat that all the way through Fatalis, like everything. Did Rise, did most of the way through Sunbreak, and then kind of tapered off and let my brother borrow it. Well, I just haven't played it since, but.
So, like, I know that Monster Hunter Tri has underwater combat, right?
It does. Oh, I miss it so much.
I was gonna say, are you a fan or are you not a fan? But
I was indeed a fan.
was it a little?
Would you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Quinn.
You're the host.
No,
I was gonna ask a question.
You're my guest.
I was gonna do a follow-up question. Was it fun? Can you explain underwater combat? I've never heard of such a thing.
It was hard to like learn, and a lot of people complained about it, which is why they never put it into a different game. But once you figured out what you were doing, like it was up, down, like your combos changed. There were certain things you could only do underwater. You had a breath meter, which made the Elder Dragon in that game really hard if you weren't wearing, like, certain pieces of armor were like oxygen tanks, and if you weren't wearing one, it was so hard to fight the Elder Dragon because you had to pay attention to if you were going to drown or not.
See, that just seems unfair.
That seems annoying, and so I can understand why they didn't like that.
Oh, I loved it.
Well,
A challenge.
you would. So hey,
Excuse me.
no burping on stream.
Is that right? Sorry, I forgot that rule.
Yeah. So yeah, my first foray into Monster Hunter was indeed Monster Hunter World. I I know Quinn is ridiculous. He needs to like, yeah, what a menace. The captain said it all. So anyway, I played Monster Hunter World. It's my very first thing, and I got stuck. I got stuck on what is it? The bear off, the big like
That bitch. Oh, that bitch.
The one with the forehead.
yeah. I just took a drink and you're like the one with the forehead and I almost choked, so I almost died on my own stream. So
No, the Barrett. The Barrett is the like saber-tooth tiger looking bitch. That one.
oh no, that's the berry off. The bear
Oh
off
well then.
is
Well, what's the difference? Is
well
there a difference?
there's a big difference. One of them is a mud covered dinosaur looking thing, and one of them is a saber toothed tiger looking thing.
Bear, bear off. Bear off.
They're completely different.
Oh, they are. So this is the Bearhouse is the one that has like stupid high defense and like slaps
Right.
his head in the ground.
I got stuck on him for like months and I didn't play for a very long time because of it. Because I got like so, uh, uh, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I got so discouraged. There we go. That I like, I put it down, but like once I came back to it, like once I beat him, it was so satisfying. That was my first roadblock. So, like for you guys, what were like some of your first roadblocks in the series?
Deora,
Really?
Deora was the fattest roadblock for me. Um, I'm trying to think of like other earlier ones. I think Magna Mallow, but hard mode was one of them as well, because that thing takes out nearly all of your health, and then you get stunned, and then he hits you barely, and you die.
Right.
But the first one who gave me a legitimate challenge several times was Deora. I forget the actual name of it.
Yeah.
There's something in front of it. I think is it
No.
Ibushi? What?
Kushala?
No
The,
way.
the dragon?
It is
Kushala Daora.
Kushala. Yeah, okay, Kushala Deora, but Deora stuck with me better than Kushala did, as you can tell.
Yes. What about you, Case? Was there any like monsters that gave you a really hard time?
So this is gonna sound crazy, right? But
Oh,
the
right.
Ian Kutku, have you fought it, right? If you played Generations.
I
I mean, I
played.
played demo.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
Go ahead.
so okay. So the thing with the Ian Kutku is it's the weakest Weaver in the first Monster Hunter, and it still was so challenging that it was a literal roadblock. It was so hard to get past it. It was crazy how hard it was to get past just the first Weaver. And then after that, once you made a full set of Yi and Kutku, it was kind of like easy until you get to like the big stuff like Gravios.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so challenging, just trying so hard.
Oh, what's this name? Sorry.
It's called the Yi and Kutku. It's like supposed to be like the weakest Weaver like ever, but it like the first time you fight it, it just kicks your. There's like it's so challenging. Just the first time, it's crazy. It just keeps
Mm-hmm.
beating the hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Trying real hard to find it. I don't know how to pronounce these words. Spell these words.
Quinn's gonna find it and laugh at you.
Yeah,
Probably.
no, I'm not. No, I won't. I will not.
So, basically, if you've ever fought
The
Yi and
fuck is that
Garuga,
spelling?
it's the Yi and Garuga's like younger cousin. It's
Found it.
just a pink version of the Yi and Garuga, but like the first game, it's so hard just to get past that first creature. Like it was so like the newer games. I feel like they lowered the difficulty like exponentially until you get to like bigger monsters nearer the end, but it's hard to put into words what it does to you until you make it farther into the game.
Found it.
Was there ever like in any of the other games, did you ever have that, or were you like more used to it, as
I
you went? And
After that first one, it was pretty easy until you get to like the bigger monsters.
mm-hmm.
That was like the first roadblock monster. Was
Right.
was yeah.
I gotta say, like with Monster Hunter World, like they gave you what do they call it? Defender armor, where you look like a knight or something. Like it was DLC that they did when they were doing Iceborne to help new players get through the main story quicker.
Yeah.
And like that's how I managed to get to Nergigante the first time. And I legitimately I got stuck on him for like a year. I put the game down for like a year and then came back and I beat him, and it was so satisfying because and it's one of those things, it's like Dark Souls. It's you see yourself getting better the more that you play and the more that you learn and everything.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a joke that like everything's Dark Souls, but it really is true because like you see yourself getting better and you know more of what like the attacks are and uh, what the mechanics of the game are and everything. So I once I did that, like I went I beat him like 5 times after that. It was really really cool.
So I'm not gonna play Dark Souls now, because you know.
Well, you can watch me
Point.
play Dark Souls.
Okay.
So, oh, one of the questions that I had that I thought was like was pretty good was like especially for Kaze, like since you've played like more of the series, than either of us. Like Monster Hunter World was their big like push into being popular outside of Japan because from what I know, like Monster Hunter is huge in Japan, but it didn't really do anything until Monster Hunter World. Like it didn't really break through until Monster Hunter World. So like as somebody that's played all of them, you know, from the first one, did you ever think that it would be like as popular as it is or like mainstream as it is?
When it first came out, I was surprised that so few people liked it. So I didn't think anybody would care that much. I
Mm-hmm.
was pleasantly surprised when it got popular when World came out. But till then, everybody had been so like whatever about it that I didn't think it would ever be really popular.
Yeah, and now it's like I saw. I mean, it's been like 2 or 3 years ago now that like Monster Hunter World is their best-selling game that they've like of all the games that Capcom's made. Like Monster Hunter World is their best-selling one, and I think that's really funny.
Pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah, for a franchise that was struggled so hard to get out of Japan and get popular outside of Japan, like the fact that uh, that it sold however much it sold, and it's literally their best-selling game.
It is.
I think
To
it's
date,
yeah,
January 2018, #1 seller for Capcom.
yeah.
Number 2, Monster Hunter Rise.
It's so funny to think of like a series that's that started off and was so niche for so long, that it finally that's what they did, and that's why they actually called it Monster Hunter World. I don't know if Quinn, I don't know if you knew that or not, but like that's why they didn't call it like Monster Hunter 5, because they wanted to appeal to people outside Japan and people that had never played the series before, and so they thought, slapping a number on it probably wouldn't do it any favors, so that's why they called it Monster Hunter World.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, that one too.
I like that one.
Yeah,
That's
there's
yeah.
so much good to it. So like, do you guys have any favorite weapons that you use?
Kaze, you go first.
Yeah, Case, go first.
I am particularly good with the lance, but the great sword is always a good go-to at the beginning of the game, at least.
Oh, fancy.
I love the great sword. I always wanted to be good at it, and I'm still not, but I'm better than I was. But I feel like in Monster Hunter Rise, they did something weird to it, and it doesn't work as well as it does in the world. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It's always a little different in each game, so it takes a while to get used to.
What about you, Quinn? What do you
Okay, okay,
what do
okay.
you like?
So, I tried every single weapon Monster Hunter had to offer in Generations demo.
Mm-hmm.
Some ones that are coming to mind are Switch Axe, Charge Blade, Insect Glaive, Dual Blade, Sword and Shield bullshit. Never use that. Lance, Gun Lance, Heavy Bow Gun, Light Bow Gun. I mean, they're all cool, really cool, but like I said earlier, my biggest favorite is Dual Blades. Dual Blades have a special place in my heart. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's just because watching all the numbers fly on my screen, the amount of DPS we can do is crazy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
I tried a bunch of the different weapons too. Like I did Switch Axe for a while in Monster Hunter World, which I had again no idea what I was doing. I had Dual Blades for a while, and then I did. I settled on the hammer, and I used the hammer
I was
for.
getting there too, but yeah, for sure.
Excuse you, Quinn.
So
Excuse him,
that
Chad.
was not that was not a burp. That was
Oh,
me just
oh,
struggling.
just making noise.
Okay. Anyways, no, it's swallowing.
Okay,
Out of context.
so.
I went from dual blades and then I went to long sword. Long sword was fun. I didn't want to use great sword because it was too thick and I wasn't good at it. I mean, cool attack, but way too slow for my taste.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the awesome abilities, not long. Is it long sword? Long sword had. And then I said I want to do hammer. I want to try hammer. I'm gonna try hammer. I tried hammer. I love hammer so much that it's probably my main right now. It was dual blades, but hammer does way more damage and it makes me happy. Because who doesn't want to bonk the shit out of monsters?
So, something that you might find cool to know is that the producer of the entire Monster Hunter series is a hammer main. So,
Yeah, we hit those.
literally, you do.
Yeah, we freaking hit those. Where's Matt at when you need him? Matt, clip that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Matt left. Anyway, so like, do you guys have any favorite monsters? Um, in
I
Monster
will go
Hunter.
first. I will go first.
Oh, okay.
Probably Magna Mallow. As difficult as it is, it's really fun because it's got its own blight and it's got some cool ass weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. It's a big ass little fire doggo that
Yeah,
gets
he is.
mad. So it was fun. I'm gonna say it wrong. You guys are gonna get mad at me, but I've been calling it this for so long. I literally cannot call it anything else. The Rathalos. I've fought at least 100 Rathalos in my time, and so I mean, I guess I can put that up there with the favorites because after so long, you become numb, and you just know everything about a monster. You just love it,
Yeah. What
except for
about?
that poison tail.
Yeah. What about you, Case?
Well, I think my favorite monster of all time might be.
Please hold.
Might actually be the C80s.
I don't know what that one is, but it sounds cool.
You never will, because you can only fight it when you can swim.
Oh, that's gross. Is he is
I can.
he is he in our artwork on our screen, on my screen on the stream?
Let me
Is
take
that a Rathalos? Or sorry, as you guys call it, Rathalos.
Yeah,
No, he isn't.
yeah.
I thought that big ass red one was right there.
The
Is that
red
not
one's
him?
No,
Raffle.
that's not C80os. That's not
No,
C80os. That's
no, I'm
Rathalos.
talking about. That's what I said. I said that's definitely Rathalos, right there, front row center.
Yeah, you
That's.
got. I think that's the Talos, or it might be last shot. It's hard to
I'm
tell.
looking at. There's a.
Rathalos, Nergigante, Gor Magala, Lagiacris, Zinogre, Nargacuga,
Yeah, I saw that one.
Tigrex.
I think a Tigrex right there. Yeah, it's Tigrex.
I think
I
that's
can name some of them. Hell
a
yeah!
Raptor.
Is that a Raging like front row center as well with the horns? Is that a Raging? Or I don't know how to pronounce that correctly, but the little bull, the big bull,
Oh,
that turns
Yeah,
golden.
yeah, that's Rajang. Seregios is right over there by the Nargacuga. In the background, I forget what its name is. Valistrax, I think. It's Weavern with jet engines.
yeah, that one.
Bro,
He's in what is it? Generations Ultimate, or
Mhm.
yeah, I think
so
that's the one that he's in.
after we get done here, we're just gonna have to go record Monster Hunter Rise because I'm now too much in the mood to not play it tonight.
Yeah, here we go. But yeah, I like Nergigante will always have a special place in my heart.
There we go, Dante. There we go.
Wait, you're what do you see on my stream here? Hang on.
No, I'm just trying to look up some of these guys, man.
No, I'm because somebody said that we're still on the opening screen. We're not actually
No, we're
playing.
not. No, we're not.
We're
No,
not
we're not.
we're not
No, we're
actually.
on the cut. Yeah.
Oh, he thinks we're playing a game.
Yeah, we're not actually
Oh.
playing the game. We're just talking about it. This is just a discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah,
This is
okay,
like
all
my
right,
table
cool.
talks, but not. This is Cuddlychat.
Yes, it is. So yeah, so like I said, Nergigante is one of my favorite. He's a cool looking thing, and I like Nargacuga. Oh, don't be
Don't be
embarrassed. You're
embarrassed.
fine. Don't be embarrassed. I just did this because I like the art. Um, and then let's see. I like Rashang myself, and
You know what? I will say as well. I agree. Sorry, go ahead, but I agree.
with what?
The Raging.
Yes, he's cool.
He's very cool.
And then I like Mizutsune. I it's so
Um.
pretty. It's the big white water
Yeah.
fox thing.
Yep.
Sneezes bubbles.
Yes, and he has cool weapons, and I love him. And the
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever watched or read the description on his hunt. It says that like he only comes around when it's like he only gets angry when it's mating season. So basically, you fight him because he's horny.
Yeah.
And I think that's funny.
No blood to his brain. He can fight anybody.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. Uh, as well. That's one of my favorite monsters. And do you guys have any? I have a couple, or I have one, I guess. Or no, I have a couple. Do you guys have any like memorable like stories that you'd like to share, either like playing the game or like just about the
Getting my
series in
ass,
general?
yeah, getting my ass handed to me, beating up a great Uzu. I don't know how to pronounce the
Oh,
one of the beginning
the
dinosaurs.
Azuchi.
Yeah, huh, that one. Getting my ass handed to me trying to use a bow and arrow against one of those. I mean, I died so fast because I was trying to use a goddamn bow and arrow, but I kept missing, and I think I got 3 shot. So that was cool.
Oh, good.
So
Right.
they bring this map back every now and then called Forest and Hills, and part of the map it's basically a cliff face that's like staggered, so you have to climb all the way up, and then when you get to the top, the Weaver Nest is in there, and it's a shortcut if you don't mind climbing mechanics. But once me and my friend were climbing up there, and he got to the top before me, and he went, "I made it first!" Huh? And a Bullfango hit him, and he flew off, and I watched him fall all the way to the ground.
I'm sure you were dying laughing too.
It was hilarious.
Good moment. Oh yeah, we played this game together countless times. I know. Let me go grab one of the videos we just uploaded. Oh yeah, it's all such fun, so much fun. That's 3. That's 2. And yeah, I'll do it again too. Watch this. Watch this. That's 1. That's the first time we recorded. I mean, we played this. Like I said, we played this game together several times, but that's the first time we recorded it. Technical difficulties in the first episode. Second episode went better. Third episode, I got my shit together, so we're all good. We're probably gonna come out with a 4th one pretty quick here.
Yeah, so much fun. It really is. And
We plan on doing Daybreak
Sunbreak.
Sunbreak soon. I'm excited because I never haven't played the Sunbreak at all. I think I have it, but I haven't played it.
I don't
Getting to go
even
fight some
I
classic movie monsters.
yeah, I don't even have it cuz I'm a
You
scrub.
will.
Um but yeah, like so one of my sorry, I'm trying to text and talk at the same time. One of my favorite memories, or one of my like best memories that I have, it's actually kind of sad, but it's good. Um,
Oh.
uh, I actually got Monster Hunter World because a friend of mine and I, at the time, was going through a very hard time. Um, she was really upset about this friend that had kind of abandoned her and everything. So I'm like, hey, she was getting the game. It was going to be her first game in the series as well. And then I was like, we'll just play it together, to keep her spirits up and keep her mind on uh, other things. And like, um, and then we never did. Like, she wound up ignoring me for like 9 months.
Uh,
And yeah, it was ridiculous. But I found out that I really enjoyed Monster Hunter. So I found a series that I enjoyed, even though you know uh,
yeah, that's like the worst way to find out you love a series. That's
it.
so sad, but that's awesome that you found something you love.
Well, but now I have good friends to play with, except
Yeah.
for Kaze because he doesn't have it anymore, and he plays
Yeah,
on a
fucking
computer
scrub.
anyway.
Fucking scrub.
I think.
It's
I
all
have never
banter.
actually played a Monster Hunter.
Yeah, everything he's just pulling out of his ass. Listen.
Oh, you'd be surprised how easily I can do that for something. But no, I really have played a lot. I've never played a Monster Hunter on the computer.
Oh, really? I thought
Me neither. Yeah, I can't do that.
They always get transferred over poorly. So like unless you're dying to use mods, they're not really as good on the computer as they are the console because they're definitely made for consoles and then transferred over.
Sure.
All the controls and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like my second thing, what is this? Twitch. Twitch does not know about this, but like you guys do. That back in 2021, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, um, and so it was like right before that I got Monster Hunter Rise. So that game really helped me through 2021 and then last year as well. Like, just playing with friends, playing on my own, it really helped to,
Yeah, that's when we really started playing together too, because we had a little club going.
yeah, and
Yeah.
now it's just us, unless,
It's just us, but we still have fun. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we have a great time. Case should join us sometime if he has a
But no
Switch.
pressure. No pressure.
Wow. Y'all just trying to chain gang me into stuff here. I see how it is.
No. Listen, I know she's trying. Sorry,
Yeah, you're
he's trying
fine.
to peer pressure there, but like, no. You do what you want to do, Kaze. We would love to have you on.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. That's all we're saying. The hand is out. You don't have to touch it. Just, yeah.
Maybe if I end up with it again.
We don't know where that hand has been, so.
Hey. You don't have to tell him that. You don't have to tell him that.
All right, so I think that's all the topics that I
Questions?
had. Uh,
Okay.
did
Okay.
you guys have any questions for me?
Thinking. If Kaze, you got one, go for it. I'm thinking. I feel like I had one.
No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't know.
He'll think of like 30 later.
Is
Yeah.
Sunbreak worth it, or are we gonna like just not have fun?
Sunbreak it's pretty fun. It's like anything else. That they just add new monsters to the Monster Hunter you've already played, but basically like how in Rise they're based on yokai.
Mm-hmm.
In Sunbreak they're based off movie monsters like a werewolf, Frankenstein, and the elder dragon you fight it's based on Dracula, like with a cape. Its wings look like a cape, and it drinks your blood. And
That's
Eventually,
badass.
bro, we're gonna go to 2, maybe 3 episodes coming soon. We're gonna tear it. We're gonna tear it up, man. That sounds awesome. Because
Yeah,
I really didn't know the theme. I didn't know there was a theme for MHR. I really
yeah.
didn't know. I didn't. You said a word. I definitely did not understand it. But
Yokai is
yokai.
Japanese myth, like monsters and stuff.
Oh, okay. But like, I want to beat up a Frankenstein monster. I'll gladly knock out a freaking Frankenstein.
Not if he knocks you out first.
Well, we'll
it could,
cross that bridge when we get there.
both of these things could happen. You could knock it out. It could knock you out. I mean, I've seen rounds where somebody dies at the same time as the monster at the end, and then you lose because oops, there was your last life.
I I
That's
gotta
funny.
say, like I played I've been playing Iceborne, and that to me is worth it too. It's almost like just a brand new game in and of itself, because like Monster Hunter World, the hub area is so like everything's on a different level, and one of the main complaints was that like we can't find anything. Like it takes too long to get around, and so they actually took that into consideration in Iceborne and made everything on the same plane, like on the same level. So like everything is more consolidated instead of being spread out. So yeah, I would definitely say that the expansions are worth it for sure.
All right. Well, that's in that case. I think I can say it officially now. I know you don't have it, but Cuddly, you will.
Okay.
Next episode, we're gonna play the expansion. We're gonna play Sunbreak. I'll title it Monster Hunter Rise of Cuddlycat Sunbreak.
Sunburn. There we go. That'd be a good one.
Sunburn.
Because I get sunburn very easy.
I do not.
But
I'm actually very chocolatey right now.
anyway,
Light dark.
well, I think that we will end it there because we've been going for like 45 minutes, you guys.
That's a
Holy
good
cow.
episode.
Holy
That's a good
cow.
episode, long. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, thank you so much for coming. If you are in here still, if you are watching this later or listening to it later, I'm going to upload it to YouTube probably in the next couple of days. So, if you haven't seen it, you can go watch it there as well and leave some love and comments. And we will do this. I'm probably going to make this like a once a month thing where I'll have other people on for chatting about different games and different topics and everything as well. So thank you guys so much for coming. Quinn, Kaze,
Yeah.
say goodbye if you'd like.
Super excited to be like a part of the first one. I
Oh,
always
yeah.
want to put that out there. I'm very excited to be part of the first one. Happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Case.
Kaze is
Yeah.
just, he's gone.
It was nice being here. It was nice talking to you guys. This was an enjoyable conversation.
Good. I'm glad you had fun. So
We're gonna go record now.
yeah,
See
thank
you
you
guys
so
later.
much. And we will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.